Wow. Well, I've got a long story.
Let's go back to the
So,
beginning.
back to the beginning was actually when I was about 16 years old, so pretty young.
Oh, and how old are you
Unfortunate to be
now?
honest. I'm 21, so I'm the same as Don. I'm pretty much
21.
I'm pretty sure the same, like maybe the same month, maybe a couple of months off. We're
Yeah,
the
he's
same
20. He
age.
just turned 22.
Ah, yeah. So I'm 22 in like 2 months. So. Yeah, at 16, the ripe age of 16 is where I got into this industry, which, to be honest, was a bit young looking back now, but hey ho. And it came from my dad and me just being really interested in Apple. I was proper tech nerds, I loved everything about Apple, knew every single product that was coming out, the date it was coming out, everything about it. And at the time when I was younger, it actually helped quite a lot because I would see the Apple chart, and what I'd seen to realize is if you bought the stock a week before the new iPhone came out from the keynote and sold it instantly when they launched the iPhone at the keynote, you could make a little bit of money. So at 16 years old, my dad was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'll
you
put
say
some
you're
on
just
for you."
you're buying the rumor, selling the news.
Yeah, literally, like I buy a week or two before the event, and I knew where the event was because it always happens every September, every June. There's always, I knew the whole structure of it, and literally the second the iPhone would be launched live on the keynote, I'd bang it out, and I'd be cashing my money out because what would happen was it would launch a little bit and then it would crash all the way back down because everyone knows it's coming out, right? But it has a little bit of a hype and it always just has a little spike, and I would always and I made a little bit. I was like, oh my god, I can sit at my desk, just do this. My dad goes, "Oh, you made like 100 quid, well done." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And all I did was press one button. I was like, "God damn, well, that's not bad. That feels quite good." So instantly, I used that £100 to buy a monitor. And I've still got the monitor here because I wanted to look at the charts, and I bought a night light to get up early in the morning, like all these kind of things. Obviously, I'm so young, 16, but that's what got me hooked. Obviously, you can't trade where I'm from. Until you're 18, right? So from then on, I got into more currencies and stuff, and I just used my dad's like kind of his driving line, his trading account basically. Um, and that's when the things went bad, which one of the reasons why I actually start my Instagram. So obviously, when you're this young, person, you see on Instagram these flexi cars of people, trying to, basically market you, right? Get you to buy
Yeah.
something. And I got hooked into it. And like 17, turning 18, I got sucked into this. Lost a load of money just from copying this guy, and then he screwed me over, and I lost all my money. And the money actually came from me working. So I've been working from a very young age. I did a bit what Don did, reselling. I used to resell a lot of Supreme back in the days. That was good. I had all my bots running on the website, so I had quite a lot of cash. I worked at restaurants since the age of 15, paper rounds. So I had all this money, and all of it gone. Every single dollar of it um, disappeared from that. And then I realized, like, oh god, so this trading thing is quite hard, and people are here to really screw some people over just to make a quick buck. So I was like, well, if I can learn this properly somehow and then provide, a service for people to really enjoy and actually grow from, that'll be a much, that would be so beneficial for me personally, not just because of the monetary value of trading, actually just, with my own ethos. It's the same as what you and Don have on the stream. You just want to provide value, and it doesn't feel like a job at all. It's amazing when you get messages of, "Oh, you've
Exactly.
really helped me," you get consistent stuff. It feels like it's 10 times more than any monetary figure. Um, and yeah, that's how it kind of started there. But obviously, I couldn't trade, so I need to learn how to trade first. And I'd be looking at all these different things, Fibonacci's, all this kind of stuff, and it just wouldn't be getting anywhere, man. And I'd still try and make the money. You'd have one great week, and the rest you just lose, and it would just be, the equity curve would be a gradual, slow growth, and then a massive drop down. It happened, I think I flipped maybe 5 or 6 accounts, losing all of them. Sorry. Um, until I came across someone on Twitch. I was on Twitch and I was like,
Twitch.
yeah, Twitch, man. This is back in the days, right? And I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is this guy doing, man? I was like, what? And I just watched them for a couple hours. I was just chilling, just starting uni, not really. Like I was kind of like on the edge, like in the summer. And then I saw these guys, and they just got excited for making 10 pips, and I've been trying to make 100 pips, and they just got like, they're literally all screaming like, "Oh my god, we just got 10 pips! What a trade!" I'm like, what are these guys doing? What are these bunch of nerds doing? Just like, getting excited about these 10 pips. And I realized if you just get 10 pips every single day, or twice a day, with a 1% risk every single time, your quid's in. And I followed this Twitch, and then they moved to YouTube, and then that was Mr. Raja Banks. So the whole of university, I sat in my lectures. I did maths, so it's not easy. I still had to do the work, but I sat in my lectures, and I had my iPad there, and it was on Raja's stream the whole time, and I had my headphones in, and I just looked at the stream the whole time. So just pull up the charts.
And you were 18 at this time, right?
Yeah. So pull up to the charts every single day, looking. I would mark my charts before we came on, because it was a really good way of seeing, are my charts looking right. So I always tell people now, before you come on the charts, mark them up, and if you've got something similar to me, then you're going pretty good, right? And then I just did that. I sat on the stream. I'm not one of them people who sit on streams and just spams L if someone takes a loss, or what lot size do you do, or I just sat there. I shut up. I listened, and I put my chart in every so often. Sometimes you look at it and stuff. But the most part of that was just listening. I just listened the whole time. I just sat there and just listened. Half of it was funny banter, but the half of the other part of it was really, really interesting, and I was learning a lot. And that's when I got to the point where I'd say towards the end of the second year, where I kept on marking the charts up and taking the trades without even having to look at his chart. I was doing the same trades as him without looking, and that's what gave me the confidence. Like, oh crap, I can actually do this now. And then I was doing that on my little small account. Didn't have much money at university. I was all right. Just because of losing all of it from trading so young, I was skint. I was skint through uni until, and I mean, I don't even want to say the brand now because it's kind of a bit dodgy. Until Funding Talent came about. So Funding Talent. Yeah. So I saw this company that just started. I think I was one of the first people to join this, right? And the reason why I joined it is because they had bi-weekly payouts without me doing it. So straight away you could start and you could get bi-weekly payouts. You don't have to do a percentage thing. You can do that eventually to get this live account. But I knew that these funded things aren't live accounts. They're just, it's bullshit. But I was like, right, if you give me bi-weekly payouts and I can make 4%, 5% every single week, that's 10% every payout. And then you said the next payout, so at the end of the month, so the first payout, you get your 10% or whatever. The second payout is double that, or the thing again. So if you got 10% on the first bi-weekly payout, in the second bi-weekly payout, you get 20% if you held. I was like, oh my god! And I did the math, so I was like, well, I could do that. So I sat there for 9 months doing this on a 100K account, and that's where I got my money from. I sat there, I traded the whole time. I got my money from Funding Talent. And I eventually got the live account. They go, oh, you can move to the live account. I go, no, I don't really want that. I kind of just want to stay with the bi-weekly payouts, actually. So I just sat on the bi-weekly payouts, bashing it, and they got reset every month. So after the month,
so you're a funded account success story, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
but I didn't have the worry. I didn't have the worry of the 4% gain and the 8% thing to get the challenge and then to do it. This was straight away, 22 bi-weekly payouts straight away when you join. If you failed it, so I think 1 month where there was quite a bad month, if you failed it, you pay 250 quid to get it back. I'm like, well, I just made $5,000 that month that you just paid me out, so I'm gonna get it again. I'm just gonna do it again.
Yeah.
So and then from then, that's when the Instagram came, and I saw obviously Raja and stuff was doing it for a while, and then I saw Don. I was like, oh my god, this guy's cool. He's like me, but he does NY session, and and I go, this dude is good at tech. God damn, I suck at it. I still do suck now, but he had his Discord going. I was like, wow, this is sick. What is Discord? I didn't know how to use Discord. I had to get taught by one of my mates from home. I was like, this guy's doing this. How the hell do I do something like that? And the way he's streaming,
he was on
God.
It's a funny story because he was on Slack when I had first met Don. He was on Slack, And I remember
Ah.
that was a while ago. I texted him last year and I was like, man, you got to get off Slack. This is awful. It's like old school. It reminded me of like college, like an employment group chat, like
Yeah.
Microsoft Teams. And I was like, man, you
Oh.
got to get on Discord because I came from like a gaming communities, like all the
Uh-huh.
gaming communities were using Discord, and all of the crypto communities and NFTs were all using Discord. And I was like, Discord's sick. You could use emojis and you have GIFs and all this stuff. And and
Yeah.
once we switched to Discord, like everybody was like, "Oh, this is sick." It's like you can culminate a way better community on Discord than you can in like Slack or anything like that.
For sure, for sure. I saw it and I was like, "What is this thing?" I was like, this is great." So yeah, I mean, and I saw him. I was like, "Right, well, I'm not gonna." Don even knows, man. The amount of shit I've tried to like, go, "Oh, Don's done it and it's done a pretty like he's done amazing." And I'm gonna just try and go off a go myself, Give credit to Don of everything he's done. Like Jesus Christ, he's helped me a lot. The amount of times I just DM him, Don, what the hell's going on here? How the hell do you do this? Like, I'll just do it for London. I mean, I think it would have been different if I did NY session, but I don't. So it's kind of like he's kind of like, yeah, chill. um, but yeah, like, and then I saw Don and then stuff, and then the whole trading, obviously, as a whole, right? Trading, you can't just copy someone's trading strategy, right? So I couldn't really copy Raja because some things I didn't like that he did, right? It's the same thing with everyone. I sometimes I saw Ted, and sometimes Ted says, "Oh, I hold this trade for a little longer." I don't like any drawdown, so that's going to be an F for me. I don't like drawdown. But what I did was I started to look at all of the traders that I liked and what I could use to make my own strategy. And that's what I did. So from Don, I really liked how Don uses sell stops, buy stops. I use them all the time now because what it did for me is it meant I didn't get into the trade early for FOMO because like that is the right point you got to get in this trade, right at that sell stop. Not getting in earlier because you're worried you're going to miss it and it's going to blast past. So buy stops, sell stops for Don was really, really good. Same with the higher time frames on Don. Don and Ted were really, really good at showing where price is going to go and telling the story. So I really like to go from the higher time frames to the lower time frames like they did. And then the way that the chart looked as a whole for support and resistance was from Raja. So that's what I kind of, incorporated to try and, make it because everyone's different, everyone's different. The amount of times I get, comments about sometimes your guys R to R on your stream, and they go, "Oh, sometimes it's a bit lower than." I go, "Well, yeah, of course it is because they're happy with that because the percentage win rate is huge. They don't care, They're happy taking that every single day. They want to see blues every single day, and that's what they're getting. So, if you don't like that, don't discredit them. It's clearly working for them well. You just got to adapt for you. So I go sometimes maybe if Don is or you guys have entered a trade on the hourly time frame. Well, how about you just look on the 30, and if there's a nicer stop, you can just use the 30-minute stops because it's probably going to work anyway. It's just you go on a tight stops. Like don't put someone down just because their method works. Just adapt it to yourself. And that's what I did for mine, and now it's perfect. But yeah, that's kind of the journey to where I am now.